Hello and welcome to Blessing Minds. Kindly like, share, and subscribe our channel.
Welcome, executives. Let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're decoding the rapidly shifting habits of the top 1% and translating them into actionable strategic foresight for your own leadership and life. The rules of extreme wealth and success, they've fundamentally changed for 2026, and we're going to break down exactly what that means.
Okay, let's start with a massive stat straight from the Federal Reserve. The top 1% of households now hold roughly 30% of all U.S. household wealth. That concentration of resources is staggering, and it makes studying their habits not just interesting, but absolutely crucial. It's a masterclass in leverage, mindset, and strategy.
We are witnessing a massive behavioral shift. You know that era of highly visible wealth and the exhausting 18-hour hustle? Well, it's completely over. Conspicuous consumption is dead. The true 1% have gone entirely stealth. Wealth has moved right out of the public eye and straight into defensive rigor, quiet optimization, and extreme privacy.
To make sense of this, we've synthesized these shifts into 6 key executive pillars for today's briefing: the new wealth paradigm, cognitive and physical optimization, operational leverage and acquisition, information and network security, capital and risk redundancy, and finally, the executive takeaway.
Let's dive straight into Pillar 1, the new wealth paradigm, and the shift to stealth wealth. The outdated wealth model was all about conspicuous consumption, right? Flashy logos, broadcasting your success, seeking that external validation. But the 2026 playbook, it's defined by stealth wealth. We're talking plain, unbranded clothing and an intense focus on internal success. Why? Because right now, attention is viewed as a massive liability. The truly wealthy are systematically retracting their visibility. They want to avoid the wrong kind of expectations and, frankly, just protect their peace. Moving right along to Pillar 2, cognitive and physical optimization as the ultimate status assets.
This is where it gets really fascinating. Instead of buying more luxury goods, they're bundling habits to create these ultimate status assets. They're treating their health like a hardcore asset class, using VO2 max tracking and private longevity clinics. They are ruthlessly eliminating decision fatigue. Think of top executives wearing the exact same uniform every day, just to save cognitive energy. They're cultivating deep cultural tastes instead of mindlessly consuming. And a massive one, they're hiring specialized coaches for literally everything. Look at Jeff Bezos. He isn't just buying yachts, he's investing billions into longevity startups like Altos Labs to actually buy more time and physical capacity. It's a total game changer.
Former Google CEO Eric Schmidt absolutely hit the nail on the head with this quote. Everyone needs a coach. It doesn't matter whether you're a basketball player, a tennis player, a gymnast, or a bridge player. Paying for coaching across all domains, that's not a sign of weakness for the elite. No way. It's an aggressive strategy. It is exactly how they buy compressed learning, save precious time, and ensure precise execution in every single area of their lives.
Let's look at Pillar 3, operational leverage and acquisition. We're going way beyond the hustle here.
Remember the 2010s hustle culture of grinding out 18-hour days? It's been completely abandoned by those who've actually reached the top. Instead, we have post-hustle. This is the elevation of work to its highest, most leveraged form. You measure output and systems, not hours locked. Naval Ravikant calls it productizing yourself. It's all about working with absolute surgical precision on what only you can do, and ruthlessly delegating or automating the rest of the whole shebang. Protect your energy for creation, not maintenance.
Building on that leverage, we're seeing a stark shift in strategy. Building mode requires a huge time investment to create value from scratch. So the elite have firmly shifted gears into acquisition mode. They're using their massive capital reserves to buy existing, cash-flowing businesses and distressed private assets. They wait patiently, and they buy existing value at the right price, especially when everyone else is panicking.
That brings us to Pillar 4, information and network security, and fiercely protecting the core.
I absolutely love this phrasing. In public, they disappear from the algorithm. In private, they master it. The elite are actively opting out of public social media profiles. They know their attention is pure currency, and they refuse to let it be harvested. But behind closed doors, they're using AI and data analytics with extreme sophistication. They're monitoring markets, predicting behavior, and finding off-market opportunities way before anyone else even sees them coming.
And to facilitate this private exchange of information, they host what are called dark salons. These are totally off-grid, invitation-only, unrecorded intellectual assemblies held in private homes. Because guess what? The most critical ideas and off-market deals of 2026 aren't happening on public forums.
They are forming at private, unfiltered dinner tables where serious minds can actually speak freely. This protection absolutely extends to their personal networks, too. They are conducting ruthless relationship audits, cutting out anyone who brings subtle discouragement or chaos, quality over quantity every single time. Surprisingly, we're also seeing a major return to structured spiritual practice, like church or faith communities. It's about enforcing weekly stillness, finding anchors of meaning and shared values entirely outside the constantly chaotic market.
All right, moving to Pillar 5, capital and risk redundancy. Let's look at this defensive rigor. The strategy here is crystal clear. Public markets offer enterprise value, sure, but it's essentially paper wealth. It's highly volatile and can evaporate literally overnight in a crash. So the 2026 playbook heavily prioritizes private channels. We're talking predictable monthly cash flow, high stability, and total exclusivity. The 1% are moving serious capital into private equity and real estate syndications. They want to build steady rivers of cash, not stagnant ponds. And they're building incredible physical redundancy into their lives, too. Now, this isn't paranoia. It's just having options. They're securing second passports in stable nations, acquiring multi-geography real estate, and meticulously navigating the $15 million estate tax threshold. They're even bypassing obsolete traditional education for their kids. Instead, they're funding bespoke tutoring or apprenticeships, like the Teal Fellowship, to teach sovereign thinking rather than just basic compliance.
Finally, Pillar 6, the executive takeaway, focusing on character as the craftsman.
Here is a crucial bonus habit for you. Wealth doesn't come with an instruction manual. All the research shows that money amplifies. It does not magically solve your problems. Despite all the coaches, the stealth wealth, and the endless optimization, sudden wealth brings up the exact same human insecurities, relationship issues, and identity crises, just with a whole lot more zeros attached to them.
Which brings us to this profound quote from C.S. Lewis. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less. This perfectly captures the reality that no amount of stealth wealth, private equity, or optimized health protocols can substitute for doing the inner work. You actually have to build a character that is worthy of the sophisticated systems and the wealth you've constructed.
So I want to leave you with this final provocative question for your own executive journey. Are your daily habits building an enduring system, or are you just feeding the algorithm? Take a real hard look at your own operational leverage. Ask yourself where you need to go stealth, where you need to build redundancy, and where you need to elevate your focus. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you next time.